Okay, so you want me to talk about the platform itself?
Yeah, like what is Dark Horse Pros?
So Dark Horse Pros is a crowdfunding platform. What that means is exactly what it says. It's a platform where a crowd of people follow an athlete or a creator of a campaign, and they want to support a project happening or an athlete. So that's the crowd or your fan base. So if you are an athlete or if you are a product creator or someone who wants to launch like a festival or a competition or something, you would come on our website and you would set up a crowdfunding campaign, kind of like what MT did. They were they wanted to launch the MT brand on Dark Horse Pros, and so what they did is they actually set up a campaign, put together a video, put together rewards where people could support their campaign and support the cause and be able to get access to these rewards. So crowdfunding is really the crowd funding the campaign. So, or crowdfunding is a group of people that support an athlete or a campaign creator. That's crowdfunding. And Erica, for your supporters, it would be, there's a lot of athletes that are out there that are underfunded and they don't really have a way to get the funding to go to Loretta's or to, get the proper equipment, travel, things like that. And they have a group of people that follow them on social media, and this group of people are people that are would help them and support them in a campaign. So they would buy products or rewards. It might be participation awards or things like that. Does that make sense?
It does. And speaking of that, for the motocross side, we're starting a campaign for Kyle with MXZen and Dark Horse Pros. And actually, Dark Horse Pros, as they're doing the campaign for the MT group, it's a little different with MXZen. And the reason we're doing it for Kyle because we're actually Dark Horse Pros and MXZen is partnered. So, and when I say partnered, Mark and I spoke and discussed what is lacking in the sport of motocross, especially with amateur motocross, and that is the funding and the parents that are working full time and cannot afford to get to these races. And Mark saw that and said, you've got the people and we've got the platform, and there's no reason. And you identified that when Kyle, he won Minios and in 2014, and he had a really great chance to win it in 2015, and we could not go to Minios because we could not afford it, and then we didn't go to Daytona Supercross. So there's a kid that deserves it, and the parents work hard, and they're able to get there, and we were not able to do it. So you brought Dark Horse Pros to MXZen so that we can partner and make sure that anybody who comes to MXZen, they will get pretty much anything they need, whether it be guidance, a resume, a website, crowdfunding, so that there's no reason that we cannot support youth in this sport. And then that's when you introduced me to the MT group and explained how their campaign was started and what it's about, and the reason that we connected and joined forces here is one, so I could learn more about the crowdfunding so I can share it with my group and learn how to do it, but two, it's the right thing to do. Like in marketing, it's about networking, connecting, building your tribe, and if you can't share something on social media to help somebody else, yes, I can see that, but that's debato. But if we can't even just share something or donate $5, then then you probably don't need to be in a sport, because sports are expensive and you need support and you need to build relationships with people. So this is really the easiest and the most productive way to do it. So that's how we all got together, this whole all of our groups and Zen Athlete.
Yeah, and I would say the thing is that athletes have sponsors. I mean, you guys have sponsors. You have product sponsors. You have people that you need to promote. And the thing is that rewards-based crowdfunding is really about connecting your sponsors to your fans. So it's getting the product of your sponsors into the hands of the fans. so that you're not running a campaign where you're just asking for donations and getting people to just give you money. Some people may do that because they feel bad for you, but a professional athlete or even an amateur athlete, they don't need to do that. They have sponsors that have great products that should be in the hands of the fans of the people who support them. And that's really what we're trying to do, is we're trying to teach athletes that they can promote their sponsors on a crowdfunding site. They can activate that sponsorship, and instead of asking for donations, they can ask for contributions to support them by buying products that they may represent. So, for example, Erika, you guys represent a bunch of different products, and those products, you know, they should be in the hands of the fans of the people that follow you. I mean, if you have, you know, let's say 2,000 people following you on Instagram, well, those people should know about the vest that you wear, you know, for Supercross, or the dirt bike that you ride, or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we're hoping to do, is get athletes to support their sponsors and get fans to support the people they follow, the athletes.
And today I actually made some phone calls because we're about to launch Kyle's campaign, and just, you know, to clear up what you said about, like, some people don't want to do, you know, a GoFundMe because it's like a donation, or like asking for something for nothing, and I get that. And when I contacted my sponsors, Risk Racing was like, well, they are very aware of what a crowdfunding is, and they were very supportive and excited, and they're obviously going to contribute. They're a fantastic sponsor. They've always, you know, supported Kyle. And when I told them about the campaign, they said, yeah, of course they're going to let me know what they're going to be contributing towards the campaign. But also, they had no problem. They even recommended that they would share it on social media. They would share it in their email campaign. So actually, it's, you know, the people have this, like, they're kind of against doing any kind of fundraising, and when they hear crowdfunding, I think it's because they don't know what it is, and that's why we're doing this, so people understand. It's not a hand-me-down or like a handout, and it's really bringing people together, and the sponsors really like it because they're going to hopefully get in the hands of new clients. They're getting the exposure. They're showing that they've been sponsoring this rider, and they support him, and now they're showing even more support to the riders. So it's really just a beautiful thing when you think about crowdfunding. It brings everybody together.
Yeah, and it also is a platform where, let's say this gets exposure to not only the partners that are currently with the athlete or with the program, but also people that may want to sponsor an athlete. A lot of the campaigns that we've already run on this platform, they've all received sponsorships because of their campaigns, because people see them on the platform and they say, wow, this person is really promoting their campaign very well. They're getting in the news, they're getting press. These things excite sponsors, and sponsors, you know, they take up sponsorship spots in the campaigns, and that's another way to gain sponsorship.
Yep. And I'll tell you, that's a great point, because the MT campaign, if any of them that you ever had to have brought me in on, this was the perfect one, because what I try to tell my followers and my members and anybody that comes to me at the track and says, how do I get sponsors, or how do I get my kid to be known like Kyle Bourne is? Work. You got to do the work. It's not, you don't just, you know, say a prayer or just, you know, go and sprinkle fairy dust and all these sponsors think you're fantastic because you're really, really cute. Does not work that way. They don't care if you're cute or ugly. You got a helmet on, they don't care. They want you to sell their product. So put it out there. Thank them. Show them that you're human. You know, wear their shirts. Don't wear a competitor shirt, but work. You have to do the work. And the MT campaign is like the best example. And I've had so many people message me and say, why do you keep sharing this MT campaign? What is it, and why are you sharing it? What does it have to do with us? Learn. Watch and learn.
That's a perfect transition into Tripp. Tripp, can you talk about MT and the ambassador program?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, that was not one of my original ideas going into the crowdfunding campaign, because you know, as you know, we have a pretty crazy roster of athletes that I thought was going to be a lot more influential, and it says something a lot about crowdfunding in the sense that people really connect to the emotional component of it and the everyday Joes. So the Facebook group we have of almost 3,200 people is really what's driving a lot of the campaign, because people are going to be more willing to help someone out who might not be as polished or, I guess, established in the world of action sports like some of our guys. But one thing we've realized is that, okay, if we're looking for new ways to connect to a crowd, what's the best way to do it? And through the ambassador program, we thought that was a good idea to incentivize people to get on board and really help out and like build a company from scratch. And so by finding those people, and people like Erika, Patrick, Rob, Ryan, Jackie, a lot of the people in the chat, like that to me is real crowdfunding, because whether or not they agree with MT and this awesome product, which, you know, it is a great product, but it's more me connecting with you guys and some of the other staff, like, and Mark telling the story and them saying, wow, like these guys are hard workers, they have a cool idea, we think they should bring it to life, and this is how it's going to be done. It's kind of like if everyone put in $1 in the group for 15 days, it's like you'd be at an insane amount of money raised, and it's that group effort, collective mindset of like, as a crowd, emotionally connecting to you, like let's really grow this idea and bring it to life. So for athletes and up-and-coming athletes who are looking to get sponsors or whatever the case may be, I think it's really important that everyone plays a part in just reaching out to friends and family, because I had some people contribute today who are my cousins from Florida who I've seen once, but they're like, okay, Tripp moved to California a year ago, this is cool, like let's support him, like we don't even know what MT is. It's that mentality that you need. So through the ambassador program, I think I've found a really core group of people that have helped to grow that and spread it, and it takes a lot of hard work, and I think people have seen that a lot of us have not been sleeping or just posting like crazy, but it's cool because it's brought a bunch of people together that you would never have known before. I mean, Mark and I are best friends now, and this is the first time I've even seen him.
I know, huh? Hey, and yeah. Tripp, one thing I think is interesting, even Erika, you said it best, was that both of you guys, you understand that sponsorship is hard work. What Tripp was trying, I think what I got from what Tripp was saying earlier about MT's program is that if you want to be sponsored by a brand, you have to do work. You can't just say, well, I want free stuff from you, or I want to get known, or whatever. You actually have to do work to get those sponsors. It's a job. It's promoting the sponsor so that they want to give you money, or they want to give you product. And that's important, and that's kind of what MT has been doing. They want to get people connected to their brand, but people have to work for it. Wouldn't you say that's the case, Tripp and Erika? You would say the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, everyone wants a free handout and how can I get free gear, but, you know, when you're a company that's starting off, and really a sponsorship is an extension of almost a sales role, right? You're an ambassador. Like, you don't necessarily need to be a professional athlete or someone who's amazing at your sport to be an ambassador for MT. It's more like, we care about it, we want to support it, we're going to do everything in our power to help promote it, whether it's shares, get people to contribute to the campaign, etc. And in my mind, that's a real brand ambassador. Yeah, it's a bonus if you're a really good athlete and you have a craft that you are passionate about, then that's a bonus, but really it's like, from a crowdfunding standpoint, there's so many people involved, there's going to be a small number of people that are that caliber of athlete. It's more being a part of the experience and growing a brand. So ambassadors can come in all shapes and sizes, and the way we designed the ambassador program was, yeah, we really wanted to limit the people who just wanted a free handout, and that's why it was like, you got to contribute to the campaign at amount level, and it did drive some sales, which was great, and it's built this core group of people. Getting the reach to do that on a really large scale is a numbers game. It's going to be a small percentage of that large group. So if there's 3,200 people in this Facebook group, you know, imagine if you had 100,000 people, right? Then building that crowd and those core ambassadors, it can be a really powerful message.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people do just think that they are entitled to things, or maybe they don't know how to, you know, I mean, I don't know how people don't know how to show support to their sponsors and have gratitude, because you learned that when you were 2 and you asked for a cookie. You got to say thank you and please. But
Yeah.
some people don't, and it's very bizarre. You know, that's really why I have a lot of sponsors that have supported me and said no matter what, because I always have a different project going. I've got like 5,000 teams. It's ridiculous. But they say, okay, whatever you get into, if you need support, we back you, because they know that we show gratitude. We tell the riders how to thank their sponsors. We tell them you've got to put yourself out there. And I think the number one thing that holds people back is ego. They don't want to brag about their kid, or they don't want to brag, or they don't want to put themselves out there, because if they won a race this week and they didn't win it next week, then they're kind of embarrassed. Well, that's ego. Detach from that and just live. Put yourself out there and say, I got 22nd. I'm so stoked. Thank you for my sponsorship.
Yeah, and that has a lot to do with crowdfunding. You know, it might on the surface look good to have a really big group of athletes on your team, but if you want the crowd to get behind you, you kind of have to get down to that level of them and remove yourself from the pedestal that you're on as like, I'm an athlete, I'm a professional surfer, whatever it is.
That's right.
Because that is actually not a good way to do it, because then people say, well, why do we need to give you money for a product like that, right? So it's taught me a lot about MT, and if you're doing a campaign and the following you have, with that kind of attitude, I think it'll go much further, and people will connect with you in a much different way, and you'll get a much bigger support group saying like, yeah, they really need it. This is a good group of guys, good group of girls, whatever it is, company, and that's really going to be the power of your crowd and how they're going to back you.
Yeah, and to add on to that, Tripp, so the campaigns that we've seen on our platform have been with mainly athletes that they all had a big goal in mind. And what we found is that interviewing these campaign holders after the fact, what they told us was, yes, it was a lot of work. We had to do a lot of promotion. I had to go out and do interviews and do press releases and talk to as many people as possible and really work hard to get the message out there. But what happened is, what they found is that the fans really wanted to find a way to connect with the athlete. And so, you know, we had people that would, you know, do race day training, or, you know, go to an athlete's house for a barbecue and spend a lot of money doing that, or they really wanted to get their hands on the products that the actual athlete was using. And the main thing is that a lot of these people that follow these athletes, they just want to help. They want to help you. If you're the underdog, or if you show vulnerability, you're saying, please connect. You know, I want you to connect with me. I want you to, you know, to come along with my, you know, on my journey, and
Yeah.
that's really important. People like to know that they are a part of something.
And that's connecting with them on, I guess, a normal person level, and not that athlete persona or celebrity lifestyle that everyone sees. Which is why, you know, it would be great to get some of our guys like in the Facebook group communicating with our crowd, because I think it would go a long way. Mm-hmm. Or just doing an iPhone video like, hey guys, like, very humble and I guess opening up and being a little vulnerable, but if that's what it takes, and you know, that's what I think crowdfunding is really about, then
that's what branding's all about. And
yeah,
maybe branding was different back in the day, obviously before our time, but now that we've got social media, we are so privileged and we are so lucky, and a lot of people look at it as a curse, but literally we can reach so many people. But with that instant access and having you know, live shows, or even just posting a video, like, I mean, Kyle, you know, got pretty popular on Instagram, and none of that was live, but it was all about being real. Where before, when we didn't have the internet, like, you know, when I was like 2 or something. I don't know. Well, you didn't have that. So, you know, you looked at these athletes on TV, or you looked at them on a magazine or whatever, and you made your visualization as to what you think they are, what kind of people they are. Now you can literally show them that you're a real person and that we make mistakes and we have, you know, triumphs, and we work our asses off to like get to a championship or whatever, but you learn to connect and relate to the people that are your fans or your followers or just friends, because they realize you may be a champ or you may be a doctor or you may be whatever, but you're real and you have feelings and you'll open up. And so if people don't utilize that and all they're doing, and that's why I tell all my members, I've had people send me messages and say, well, I don't really have a lot to post on my son's Instagram, you know, because he didn't race this weekend. I'm like, so he never woke up? He didn't do anything. He just... Your kid only does motocross. Like, he didn't wake up. He didn't go to church. He didn't do anything in art. He has no school grades. He didn't bully anybody, fight somebody, slice anybody. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He did. Well, then put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just about the sport. Okay. It's about, like, okay, this person is normal just like me, and people really appreciate that.
Yeah, and the crowd really wants that connection. And through crowdfunding, I know it's a humbling experience, but you'll create fans for life. They'll be super fans. They know now that they can be a part of your career. They'll do anything with you when you move forward, and that's great. I would say, Tripp, that you'll probably have an amazing group of people that will always be with the brand now. You know, these ambassadors, they know that you need their help, and they appreciate the fact that you're involving them in the company. And I think that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I appreciate them helping me out with this. Because
it really does go to show, though, it takes a tribe and it takes a lot of people. And, you know, for one person to do it on their own, I mean, I'm sure they could, but really it's just not realistic that anybody can do something at this caliber all on their own. And so when we appreciate and you know, open our arms and our hearts to these people that want to help and are expecting nothing out of it, it really opens up, like, the universe to bring us in abundance, like so many more great things. When I did Kyle's fundraiser for New Zealand when he was 5, I did a lot of stuff. I wish I knew Mark, because it would have been a lot easier. I washed cars. I walked through a 100-degree track for a whole day, and then God bless this guy. At the end of the day, he brought me his golf cart. I had lost 20 pounds. It was like Desert Storm. Walked the whole day, sold 1,000 tickets for $1. Okay, worked my butt off. But through that entire 2 months, I raised $7,000 in 2 months, and I gave everybody updates. And when we got to New Zealand, I gave every single person, when we got at the house and we had Wi-Fi, pictures, what he was doing, what he was experiencing, because there was people who sent checks in, you know, because he was in the newspaper, that we never even met at all, don't even know him, and never saw him again. But I would make sure I posted an update, made it real, and showed that we appreciated what they did for us, because you don't want to be like, oh, cool, I got the money, see y'all later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important to connect and follow up and make sure you don't just jump ship, because I think that's a real fear of crowdfunding, just from some stories. But that's going to be with anything, right? I think the real people are going to be rewarded if they put in the work.
The thing for MT will be that, okay, so we're doing the campaign and we're having the show and we're teaching them all this, and so we're hoping that people will go, whether they won one of your gift packs or they purchase one, that after the campaign, when everybody receives their products, it would be awesome to be able to highlight any pictures or videos that people are sending in using their MT Modern Technocracy kits.
Yeah, that's encouraged, and I have no problem sharing that stuff on the Instagram. I was even saying have people make their own iPhone videos and we can share it on there. These are real supporters here. We're not all about showing you kick-ass content. Yeah, that's part of it, but the brand is really okay. The brand was built from a crowdfunding experience, and we want to highlight the people that were involved in it.
Yeah, I think that'll be great.
Well, we might have some really good athletes. I think it goes a lot further to have everyday people on the forefront of that, as okay, here's so and so, and then from all over the world. Like Rob is from the UK. That was when I FaceTime with him. It was like, is this really happening? But it was cool, and he's been working his ass off promoting. So yeah, I mean, it's people like that that are really. It's a unique thing, and I try to tell my whole kind of group of friends at home back in New York about this, and my parents, and they're like, you just have a whole other network now, like a digital network of people that you talk to 24 hours. And I was like, yeah, well, that's what crowdfunding is. It's a crowd, right? You need a big crowd, and you gotta build it yourself. And everyone has the same mindset.
Yeah, and the thing is that, you know, one thing I always tell people is that that's why we shortened this to 30 days. I mean, a lot of people have asked us, why are you guys only doing 30 days in your crowdfunding campaigns? Why do you limit it to 30 days? Why don't you have people go 45 days? And I could say to Tripp, he would probably agree with me that 30 days is plenty long. I mean, you have to live and breathe crowdfunding to promote it. You cannot give up. You have to just talk about it. You have to think of ways to promote your campaign. And once it's over, and then everybody can relax and go back to their business, you know. But it takes a lot of effort to do it. But it's worth it because you really are connecting a huge group of people to do one project. They all get behind it, and everybody wins. You either get a reward, you get to get an experience, like go on a trip to Hawaii for surfing with, you know, one of the MT surfers. You can do all sorts of things. I mean, there's so many things that you can do in that campaign. Or Erika, I think with your campaign, aren't you going to have some like experience rewards as well in yours? Are you thinking about that? Like a motocross camp or something like that?
Yeah, I actually, well, poor Gary. Gary Lynch is a trainer in the UK, and he is actually a partner with Lynch Training Academy, so he's another MXZen partner, and he actually comes to Florida every year and host camps during our winter. I'm pretty sure it's our winter. So yeah, I actually was supposed to speak to him the last 2 days, and I've been so busy, and thank God he likes me, because anybody else would probably be like, this girl's on crack. But I think he's going to be very happy to hear. So I think we're going to do like an experience pack there where they can meet with Gary Lynch from the Training Academy, and he's got an incredible program. And then I did speak to Jack Rhodes today, and he is the doctor that is another partner of MXZen, and he works with motocross racers, and he's got a Lifetime Achievement Award, or lifetime, something like that, Lifetime Achievement Award, and he's like the voice of motocross, and he's also considered the secret weapon of motocross. So he works with motocross riders on their mental state, their visualization, hypnosis, stuff like that, and he's throwing in some one-on-one sessions with him, which is going to be fantastic because regionals start this weekend for the Loretta Lynn's Nationals. That's what we're doing his crowdfunding for. So when it's over in 30 days, most likely a lot of kids are going to want to work with Dr. Jack and get that fear of being on the starting gate or the fear of the first turn or what have you, especially people who are going to qualify for the first time. So it's awesome. We've got so many good things happening that for Kyle's campaign, but it's a blessing. I'm so excited.
So it's a win-win. I mean, so crowdfunding, you know, rewards-based crowdfunding is not about asking for handouts. It's about getting something in return. It's about getting experiences, connecting with that campaign holder, all of these great things. And for the campaign holder, you get a ton of exposure, possibly some sponsors, and obviously money. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Kyle's is successful, but I really don't have any doubt that it will be, because I just want people to see that it's available. You have the opportunity to go to a race if you deserve to be there. And we did the fundraiser, and we did a GoFundMe with the car washes and the 50-50 raffles, and it was a lot of work, and if I had to do it again, I would for my son. But my husband wasn't really a fan of it because he did not like having a GoFundMe or asking anybody for help and feeling if you can't make it, you can't make it. Just don't go. And that's why we didn't go, to Minios or Daytona, because we really didn't have it financially. But at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that if we don't I mean, here's the deal. It's available. There's really not even a way to think about it any deeper. It is available. We can all work together. We can get our sponsors together, and we can get these athletes, companies, anything that you're working on. There's a way to do it without asking for a handout and with involving people and building relationships and supporting each other. So there's no reason that these kids should be missing these races. I mean, Kyle was really upset when we didn't go to Minio since he won the year before, and he was expected to win that year. And well, we said sorry. You're not going, you know. So.
And that's why we built this platform. To be honest with you, that's why it's called Dark Horse Pros. We built this platform as the dark horse, someone who may be the underdog. You may be an athlete or maybe a startup company. It's all about getting the underdog to that next level, and that's kind of what we built this for. We don't want anyone to, if they have a fan base and they've worked hard, there's got to be someone in that fan base that would be willing to help that athlete or that company get to the next level and do the things that they want to do, and everybody can win, and that's the idea anyways. So
I agree. So what is MT? What are you guys at right now, percentage wise?
Wow, 75.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
No way, that is awesome. Last time I looked, it was like at 53 or 50 something. That's fantastic.
I think someone just purchased one of the big rewards. That must have been it, the Jamie Sterling one. So we had been pushing that pretty hard today, and Jamie, one of our athletes, is over in Fiji right now. So I actually, wow, I didn't even notice that. I have to go check and see where.
I have 86%.
Get out of here.
Right?
Really?
Yeah, mine says 86%. Are you looking?
I'm gonna go with Mark's because he's the owner.
I just refreshed it. That's crazy. Wow.
Hey, Tripp, if you could do me a favor, and since we have all these windows and I don't know which one actually works, can you guys put the Dark Horse Pros campaign link in the chat, the questions, wherever else, and I will figure out how to, you know, like get it embedded in the video one day. But that'd be awesome to like get it there for the people who are watching, or even when we have the replay.
What are you asking for? Sorry, I was looking at
Dark Horse Pros campaign link.
Yep.
Can maybe put it in the chat. The chat's supposed to show up, so I'll just keep this chat open. And
I could put it right there. I just put it in at the top. You should see it.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
I don't see it.
Do we have any questions?
Let me see if I can put it in on the back end here, too. That should show up.
I see it both times.
Boom.
I'm wondering if allow attendees to request to speak. Okay. Okay, I'm going to click mine. I'll see if you guys have any questions, because I'm going to, well, hopefully I don't disconnect us all, but I'm going to see if I can figure out something else real quick. So you guys find out if there's any questions. Oh, no, Tripp, can you tell us about the product?
Yeah, I will. Hold on a second. I'm answering Facebook messages, too. So this is kind of my existence right now, is just like chat with all you guys. Oh, where'd you guys go?
I'm here.
Is Erika there?
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry, I'm here. I just turned off my camera in case somebody wanted to. I'll just stop messing with stuff. How about it?
So I'm gonna see if figure out the easiest way to do this here. Is there enough light when I show you guys something like this? Can you see it?
I see it.
Yeah, I see the camera.
Okay. So basically, I'll explain MT here a little bit to you. The basic system that we're working with for what MT is it's a modular universal action cam smartphone DSLR camera mount system made out of aluminum or carbon fiber. So it's already a premium product to the Go poles out there, UK Pro Gear, in the sense of material, but then taking it one step further, being able to build the components with this system into new mounts and having a 360-degree rotating head, which I'll show you, and universal, where I can switch out basically, you know, here's my smartphone, right? And I can put this on a handheld, just like that, and now I basically am able to turn this 360 degrees and move it, pivot it any which way. So right there, that is kind of one of the biggest selling points I subscribe to as a content creator. If I want to take off my smartphone, I just take off the quick release, and I'm putting on my GoPro right like that, and now it's as easy as that to switch. I can tighten that, lock it down, and again, pivoting any which direction. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
We have a couple different base plates that are going to be available. So this one is your typical flat.
Sorry guys, I gotta get there's
Guests join, hide their audio and video from.
Oh my God, what is happening here? Oh my God.
There we go.
What just happened there?
That was Tammy.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I'm asking the Facebook.
Go ahead, Tripp.
Okay. So yeah, this is our flat disc mount, which we call the SB. It basically can be used on any flat surface. It's your typical 3M adhesive, which everyone uses. I know there's some skepticism around it, but if you do apply it properly, you clean the surface, you put acetone down or any sort of nail polish remover, you heat it up and stick it on, this thing is not coming off. I've put it on helicopters, I've put it on surfboards, you name it. This base plate then converts to the SBX, which is all of our mounts are based on the base plate and an extension arm. This is 6 inches. That's going to allow you to put it on just like this.
Oh my God.
And rotate it in any direction. And that also can be moved up and down like this. So you can start to see the endless possibilities from video photo with this system. Taking this extension arm, and this will probably apply more to the motocross crew, is this is the helmet mount. Right? So this is the HM, and you can see this is going to be your rotating arm. So if you were to put this piece on right here, and that's going to come off basically, it could come off your helmet looking back at you, you could be looking forward, any sort of curved surface, this is going to apply to. Keep in mind that when I say modular, I mean that you can connect basically 2 arms and now have a 12-inch extension arm giving you a new angle that I personally have never seen anything before, with also the flexibility to pivot any direction during these 2 joints where they're connecting. Our signature product, which you guys have all heard about, is the Pro Kit, and that is the MT7, which is this right here. And to break it down, this is the MT1. This is a handheld. This is a rubber grip, and it's metal. It has a compartment in the bottom that you can unscrew and keep extra Allen wrenches in there, or whatever you want to keep in there. And then to make it, you know, as convenient as possible for the user. I know that thumb screws are annoying with a GoPro, so this system is all Allen wrench based, and this little guy screws right into the bottom, so you're never without an Allen wrench that also has a lanyard. Going further into the mount itself, this handheld right here is going to give you a 90-degree rotation in every direction, and then you also have the interchangeable 360 head right here, so you can switch out your GoPro into your. My phone is blowing up over here, just from like the Facebook group. Into the. Sorry, these are prototypes, but tight. I'll put it back on later. But you can switch out basically any device, even if you have a DSLR, that can go on there. And these are metal and carbon fiber, so they're going to support those types of cameras. And then this piece right here, which comes in 4 different sizes, but being that we're crowdfunding, we only make samples of certain sizes. This is a handlebar mount. The new ones will have rubber inserts here. The way that you tighten it is 2 Allen wrenches up here. So if you're riding 70 miles per hour on a dirt bike over jumps, this thing's not going to move, right? These are rock solid. So you have your helmet, handlebar, flat disc, and then your basic handheld, and both extension arms that you basically can build whatever you want with these mounts. This is also the little quarter 20 piece that will fit on any point-and-shoot camera, DSLR, which you can mount on there. So the device capability is much greater than anything else out there. The modular aspect of the mount itself, allowing you to create new mounts within that, if that makes sense. I mean, we're basically saying, here are the tools for content creators, maybe not just content creators, like someone looking to stand out in their sport, whether it's they're trying to get sponsored. This is now going to open up a new angle that might not have been possible and let that person stand out in the crowd. So we view this as a really cool alternative to what's in the market, but it's more, let's put this in the hands of the customers, the people passionate about whatever their sport they're doing, whatever it is. I mean, I'm a photographer, videographer, I'm a skier. It excites me to want to go out and create things and share it. And the way things become successful through sharing is, okay, this is unique content, and I've never seen this before, and that's what MT allows kind of people to do. And I hope that was a decent rundown of what the product looks like and what we're trying to do.
You know what's interesting, Tripp, is the other thing that's cool about that is that it's, from what I see, is you can build upon this stuff. So everything's interchangeable, right? So you can just keep on building little pieces as you go along. You don't have to just buy a big set every single time. Once you buy the starter set, you can continue to build upon that and just add to your equipment, right?
Right. Yep. So I could have 3 extension arms coming off a bike or whatever it is, and the thing about this is it's all jointed and basically tightened with an Allen wrench that can be put down to 115 pounds of torque. These things aren't going to move. So I've always struggled with mounts breaking in the past, and whether it's the thumb screw or the plastic piece, I mean, this is 6061 aluminum. It's not going to break. A carbon fiber arm is not going to break unless, I mean, you're in some element I've never even heard of. But yeah, to your point, I think that's the modular aspect, whereas it's like adult Legos, right? You can build anything you want with this system. And that's, I think, one of the biggest things we pride ourselves on, because there's nothing else like it out there.
Well, and also the other thing that I was just thinking about, I know it's obvious, but once these things, let's say the campaign gets funded soon, or it sounds like we're doing really well. Once it's in the stores, the prices are going to retail. I mean, the Pro Kit is actually a smoking deal. I mean, that's in the United States. That's with shipping, right? I mean, that's a
So what I did when I structured these rewards was try to incentivize people to contribute as much as possible by putting these things at an extreme discount to what they would be in stores. And the Pro Kit retails with shipping over $100. So to get it at that price on the campaign, I was surprised they didn't start to go faster. But yeah, it is also an opportunity to get these products at an extreme discount. That's what you want to do in crowdfunding, is you want to give those early adopters the opportunity to buy in at a discount, but more importantly have, I like to call it the component of psychic equity in these types of campaigns, because they feel important, like I'm doing something to help this idea come to life, and that's kind of one of the things that we've tried to hit home time and time again, and I think it's starting to work a little bit. So yeah, here's like a double extension arm I mean, I can pivot it this way and this way, so, or I could keep it straight. It's, you know, whatever you want to do with it, it's going to allow you to, we like to say, be the action, and make the big picture bigger, right? That's what we're doing. It's been a very static market in mounts and accessories. I think the action cam market has become saturated. GoPro obviously made a big push in that, but with the more players there are in it, you know, the mount and accessories have not caught up with it, so we feel that we're on the forefront of really creating something different and catering not only just to the GoPro brand, but Sony Action Cam, Monster has a camera, Garmin has one, or anyone who has a smartphone, because that technology has improved greatly from a camera standpoint, and I'd say more people have smartphones and action cams, but there just hasn't been that kind of complement to the capturing that they need, and here it is, right? I can just switch my smartphone into one of these mounts, no problem.
And something else I was going to ask you, Tripp. I know not everybody knows your background, but I mean, like, you do a lot of heli skiing, right? I mean, I see it on your hat. It's, I mean, so I mean, is that's kind of a big deal, right? I mean, like, a lot of the mounts that are out there right now have been cheap plastic, and
right.
When you have a $400 plus camera or whatever, or a setup,
yep,
you just, if you're on top of a mountain and you lose it, that's not really good.
No, or the same with waves. I mean, I think it's the same story. Action sports athletes put themselves in pretty extreme situations. So I myself have lost a couple GoPros skiing, one surfing, and you know, it's been a direct result of a plastic piece breaking off. And I can't break this aluminum, or I can't break this carbon fiber, and it's just about the durability, right? I think we've been held prisoner to the mount and accessory kind of market too long, and MT recognized that, and that's why these athletes have been testing these for the last 2 years, putting it to the test in their environments, and you know, guys like Jeb Corliss, who's doing wingsuits, flying through the air at 164 miles per hour, for him to say, I've lost 8 cameras in my lifetime and I haven't lost one with MT, I think that's a pretty big testament to what these are capable of and what they can stand up to. We don't have any motocross riders, but I'm sure I'm sure it would stand up to that. I know a couple guys who have tested it, Ricky Carmichael being one of them, because one of the photographers on our team, Bo Bridges, he's shared some clips with me, and everyone loves them, right? So it's about getting them into the hands of the right people, more importantly, the amateur kind of content creators and athletes out there, and allowing them to do what they love with them, and hopefully helping them grow their brand into whatever they're trying to become.
Yeah. I know if when I get mine, if it actually, we don't lose one, then I will actually upgrade from the big fat GoPro we have right now that's like the old phones in a bag, because our GoPro is so old, and I won't get another one because you just lose them too easily with those. But I have a question about the MT mount for the helmet, because I see how great this quality is. How heavy is that?
What do you mean by the camera or the mount itself?
I suppose again, probably the problem I'm having here is literally my GoPro camera is like that fat. So I probably need to upgrade to that thin one. And then with that said, you know, you've got 4 and 5-year-olds that, like, that's when they start racing. Kyle started when he was 2 on a dirt bike, so we always had the GoPros on there. So at 2 years old, well, he kind of looked like a bobblehead, and so when he raced in New Zealand at 5, we wanted to capture this, and he said, no, I don't like that thing on my head, it is too heavy, and he was 5. So that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of our people are younger, and that's fine, and that's okay if it is a little heavier, but they probably don't have the 1912 GoPro that I have either, but because I know a lot of people want the handlebar mount one. So there's a solution, but...
Yeah, I mean, I ski with this thing coming off of my ski helmet, and it's right in my face. Maybe competition's a little different, but it doesn't bother me too much. I mean, the GoPro Hero 4 Session is 33% smaller than the Hero 4 Black. you're going to lose a little capability in terms of video quality. But if you're not a professional, I don't think it's going to matter too much. So this carbon fiber piece right here on your helmet with the Hero 4 Session.
So it sticks up a lot further than the ones that we have. Like, okay, I'm really aging myself here because ours is like.
But this is the helmet for the. This is the helmet mount basically for the base. If you just use this with a GoPro, it's not going to really. It's not a lot of weight at all. It's where you're putting an extension arm off of it that you might feel a little weight. But
that's a different angle, right? I mean, that's just for, like, one's a point of view and the other one is coming back at you, right?
Yeah. So it depends what you're trying to capture, but it's really not that that much weight on your helmet.
That's good. I know that'll be a question. I mean, I think I won a kit. I bought the Pro kit. I'm going to have it coming out like an octopus on him because I want every angle to show what this looks like. So, but I know that people will ask that just because the little ones, you know, they do wear them. And like I said, we tried to have it on him, you know, at 2 and 3, and he just finally stopped. We haven't gotten one of his Lorettas on GoPro because he won't allow us to put it on. But I think I got the Pro. I purchased the Pro kit that has the handlebar mount.
Yeah, so that comes with all the base mount systems and the MT7. So that's kind of like that's our flagship product, that biggest bang for the buck. You're going to get right into the MT system right with that. And then we also have the carbon fiber monopod, which is not necessarily going to be good for your POV or whatever you're doing racing, but if you're following your kids around after the race and you can put your smartphone on this or your GoPro on it. I mean, I take this heli skiing because when the chopper's landing, you know, I'm filming it at all times, or I'm using the MT7. I think having the group of handhelds as well as a POV and a third-person option gives you the complete package of what you need, and it doesn't matter what device you have. So you don't need. You could use a Sony Action Cam, you could use a GoPro, you could use your phone, but here are all the tools, and you guys do what you want with them.
So is that in that stick?
Yep.
Is that in my Pro kit?
No, because this is a monopod. This can also be used. We have a tripod, so you could put this in and basically put a camera on it. But the Pro kit is the MT1. This is this piece right here, which you could just put on. You know, this is not going on right now. You can just put on having a handheld like this, or it's going to also have the extension arm on it, which is basically the MT7, and then it comes with other base plates, helmet, and then your flat one as well. So it's kind of like the best starter kit for anyone looking for a handheld and POV perspectives. The monopod is completely separate.
How much is the whatever pod you said? Is it monopod? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so if you think tripod, that's 3 legs. Monopod would just be 1. And that's in a package on our thing, and that's $85 with a T-shirt. So you get the MT pod and a T-shirt. It's almost $130 value. And it also comes in a carbon fiber one, but from the rewards, that's going to be mixed in with for the Elite package, which is the MT1 and a carbon fiber, so you're getting that handheld as well as the monopod. So it's a bigger option of products, basically.
Well, I need to figure out what I bought because I did it twice, and I don't know what I purchased. I just went.
So you have the Pro kit.
I have that.
Yeah, so that's the 6-in-1 assembly that comes with a flat disc mount. So I was showing you, that's called the SB, which, you know, we call it surfboard because we have a large contingent of surfers on our team, and it fits perfectly on that. But any flat surface fits on that. And then it comes with the HM, which is the helmet, which is what I showed you, this little piece right here. And then the pivot arm itself, which is what is spinning around here, which gives you that 360-degree rotation. I think it's important to point that out because if you put a GoPro adhesive mount on something, it's a clip-in, and that's your only angle, right? You can't move the adhesive. This is now allowing you to, Yeah, you can't move the adhesive, but you can swing
That's
the
awesome.
camera around any direction you want.
So that could go on the helmet, and then we can watch all the way around.
Yeah, so you could do one race with one direction looking forward and one looking back, or one to the side. Making an edit for these up and coming athletes, for sponsors.
Yep.
The views get static, right? So if you can fuse the talent with a little bit of new angles, it's going to be a lot more appealing to that person that you might be pitching, the rider to, or whoever it may be.
Yeah.
It also comes with a quarter 20 mount, which is this, and that is for the, this screws into any DSLR camera, or a point and shoot camera. Obviously the action cameras have a different mount system. And then it comes with the basic smartphone mount, which you can lock your smartphone in and use it on the handheld, and then one additional universal action cam headpiece. So
What is
it's
that
a pretty.
one for? The action cam headpiece is for what?
So it's this
smartphone.
like this triple little thing right here that you see on all the GoPros, how they fit in with the thumb screw. It's just that, it's that piece. It comes with an additional one.
Okay.
So you have two of them.
So I need a long stick, because in mine I have a short stick.
What? So you have the Pro Kit is the 7, and that is the handheld with an extension arm.
Okay.
The monopod is, yes, that's, I believe, 38 inches extended. It's a telescoping monopod.
Who uses that most? Who do you see people use that a lot?
A lot of people taking selfies, which is a pretty popular.
It's kind of like a selfie stick, but it's obviously not nicer and.
Yeah, we call it the selfie stick killer, because, with a selfie, you're restricted, and everyone sees that angle where they're looking up, and you see the pole in it. Having this little piece right here and allowing you to turn it that way, or turn it this way, or the other way, is going to basically block out that pole and give you a new angle.
I got
so this piece right here is patented technology, 360-degree rotating, and 90-degree pivot in any direction. That is kind of the magic behind MT, along with the way that you can basically build new mounts with these extension arms.
You can definitely tell that athletes created this. There's so many times that we're at the track, and my husband or I would say, "Oh my God!" And it could be anything. It could be on the bike. It could be, the stuff that for the GoPros, and we could say, "Well, if they just had it like this, or if there was they just stuck a little screw where it could pivot." So it's it's people who really, really have used it and have identified, man, we could get a better shot, or this would be more comfortable, or this. That you could tell that it's made from athletes, and it's from every perspective, and they're capturing everything that's needed.
Right. So everyone kind of knows it as that DIY market, right? The do-it-yourself, and that's become more and more popular every day. It's awesome because people are just creating, and what we're doing is we're taking a bunch of people's creations and trying to commercialize it and bring it to a much larger audience through mass production. Because through testing and R&D, people appreciate it, it's received well. How do we take it to the next step? And obviously that's why we're doing a crowdfunding campaign, fund future production, and if we reach the goal, it's all going to come true.
Is there any other product out there that has all of the capabilities and modifications that this product has?
No, there's not.
No, I didn't think so. So, after it launches, we should have our own MT show, so that everybody who's taking these cool new angles, or like a YouTube channel just for MT, but everybody's getting up. That would be awesome.
Yeah, well, the sharing component is obviously a really large part of it, and once we get these into the hands of the people who can create that content, we have some people doing it now. That's going to be the exciting part, right? I mean, we saw it explode with GoPro, video of the day, whatever they're doing with it, and I think this extends way outside of action sports, but we are action sports enthusiasts. Our team is action sports focused, and that's why we went with DarkHorsePros. So kicking it off with that kind of sector is key, but a parent can use this in the park with their kids, right? The monopod. You can put it on a car driving anywhere. I mean, you don't need to be on a dirt bike. So it's again, here are the tools, and we're excited to see what people can do with it.
Me too. I think it's awesome. So, Mark, do you have anything? Hi, Roman.
No, if anyone has any questions, I will answer them now about crowdfunding.
I muted Tammy, and I think they're trying to say something, but I don't know how to unmute her because y'all were too damn loud when you came on. Hold on, there you go. You came on, I was like, ah! Hi, Roman.
She's muted again.
She's muted again. Hold on. Don't speak. Did you undo yourself?
She's got a. Like,
there you go. We can hear you.
All right. So I was on my phone getting a call and on my computer getting the Google Hangout call, and I couldn't figure out which one to answer, so I apologize.
Oh, I was calling you on Google Hangouts?
Yeah. That's where I'm on now.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I only see like 4 of us.
No, I see 4 of us too. I didn't know how you got there. You're like VIP and shit because nobody else could get there. We couldn't even get Mark there. How'd you get there?
There's 11 people in here.
Do we have 11?
Kevin's on here too because I see Kevin's on my...
Kevin was the first one, girlfriend. So, Tammy, I know that you sent me a message when he was talking, and Roman wants one of the handlebar mounts.
Yeah, he saw it, and he's like, Mom, that is so cool.
Roman is a little ripper, and Roman, actually, nobody knows this, but when Kyle first started riding, number 100 was that fast kid, and every time we'd pull into a motocross park and we'd see 100, we'd be like, shit, that kid's here, and Kyle's not going to have any chance to win because he flies. Roman is so fast, and he just had a birthday yesterday.
Yep.
Huh? He just had a birthday. Yeah, so he is a ripper. He is so awesome, but yeah, that the handlebar one would be good for him, especially being. See, I know that we've touched on the surfers and you know, the people jumping out of airplanes and stuff, but you guys have not seen these kids on dirt bikes. We need the strong product, and they don't play any games. I'm pretty sure they'll make your heart stop. So it'll be neat. We're going to get a lot of video and capture a lot of whenever we have our people out there with the MT stuff on, and it's going to be cool. We'll get Kevin to edit our videos.
Is Kevin a video editor?
Yeah, he's been doing all of our. Actually, he's working on, and he. Oh my God, I just like smiled the whole time before I got on the phone with you because he has started the video for the MT campaign. I mean, for the DarkHorsePros campaign, and nice. I just need to do Kyle's interview, and he's going to put that in it. But it's so awesome. Kevin's awesome. It made me want to cry. My baby's so big.
Yeah, a good video is really important, I think, and it's a balance between good production value but still staying true to the crowd and making sure that people understand the message, like really communicating, like, we're asking for your help, like, we need your support, and this is our story, because everyone's like, oh, have you seen the Kickstarter video, like whatever, any crowdfunding campaign. I think that's one of the most important things. So really, especially in the interviews, showing that emotion and authenticity and connecting, like, right off the bat.
Kyle's a pro.
Yeah, so
he will wow them. He's good. He actually was passionate about this fundraiser at school, and he ran in the house, and he's like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I'm like, oh gosh, what is he? I hope it's not like a cookie thing or, you know, one of them stupid magazine sales. And and he says, I just really want to do this. And I said, what is it? He shows it to me, and it's the York Literacy Program. And he wanted to raise money because we read books together every night since he was little. And he said, Mommy, they said that there are adults in York County that do not know how to read. That means they're not reading with their kids like we do. That makes me sad. I said, all right, well, if you want to do it, you got to do it on your own. So every day, I said, you got to listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. And you got to do the work. I'm not going to do it for you. And he said, okay. And every day he stayed on me. And he did videos on his own. I'd say, Kyle, why don't we write it out, or you kind of practice? He's like, nope, I'm ready. He just did everything improv. He did breakdancing, and he did, I don't know, some really crazy stuff. It was all just out of his mind, and he raised more money than anyone in the county. So he got every single prize, zip lining, tour tickets, Hershey Park, like he won everything, but he raised the most money in the county because he likes doing the videos.
Sounds like a hard worker.
He is a little hard worker, kind of hard worker.
Like a really hard worker.
Makes
But,
me
I would say something about the crowdfunding campaign. A lot of people, one of their fears is doing videos, and I gotta say that it doesn't take much. I mean, Tripp's video, the MT video was really high level because they have access to those people. But to be honest with you, as Tripp was saying earlier, authenticity is huge. Just connecting to the crowd, and you can. I mean, we had the last two videos, or the last two big campaigns we did over $30,000 were done with an iPhone. As long as they can hear you, and then you can do a little bit of editing for some B-roll, that's all you need. So, it's better than...
Say editing for what?
Well, like B-roll, like if you had riding, like video of Kyle riding in the background, like just, video that you would just put music to, or whatever, just some B-roll.
Okay.
B-roll is a video term for like filler footage. So
yeah, there you go.
So dirt biking in your case would just be like riding at the track, or like just showing traveling to the track, you name it.
Yeah, exactly. But so it's interview would be, and the video only needs to be about a minute. I mean, about 2 minutes long. Maximum would be 3. Okay. So I would say if you had a good 60-second video, that would probably be good enough for most crowdfunding campaigns. So, you just need a video, you need some basic rewards and a photo, and you're off and running. That's all you need. And then you just need to get it out to your crowd.
Very good.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it does seem easy. Well, I mean, it's work. Nothing's easy. Don't say that. I mean,
no, you're right.
Getting it going is easy, but I actually think all of it's easy, but that's because I'm not afraid to ask people to help me and to share it and to support, and they know that I've always done it. It's just, I think it's just breaking people from thinking, I just think they need to get out of their head and just, just do it. Because one day they'll need it, and I don't know, I don't really have words to understand how people's minds think, to be honest with you. Bathroom break.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Well, looks like are we getting any new people in here or no?
Yeah, we've had a good bit. I think share the webinar, tune in. Oh, okay, that's. So did you see that you are at 86%? That's awesome. And when does your campaign end?
10 days.
10
so that's
days,
pretty good.
80%. That's so fantastic. Well, I don't really see a lot of motocross people on here besides my people that I knew would show up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've already contributed. I hope that they have, even if they haven't. If you guys don't need any of these GoPro or smartphone kits, well, if you're with me, you're going to need one. So order something, or like do $10, because every one of us on MXZen has kids that ride or want to get to Loretta's to come watch somebody ride. So do $10 if you don't want a kit, but I think you should get some kind of kit like that long pole and send it to me, the mono pole or the selfie killer.
Monopod.
Yeah, monopod. I'll take that. But yeah, because we're going to need them, and we're doing videos of our kids. So, I mean, I just think that out of the kindness of our heart, I think we should all share it. We should all donate something.
Well, you can get a book. Get the ebook.
The Zen Athlete. Yes.
$15. Well, that's a killer deal.
It is. It is. They got the Zen Athlete book that is really amazing, and Matt's book talks about athletes and the visualization and the mental state and mental strength. And 100% for all the motocross people watching this, trust me, donate and get the book, because every one of our kids goes up to that gate and they're nervous, or they get to the first turn and they back off because they're afraid of the pileup or something. And this really teaches you how to break through. Because a lot of our kids do that. They have this part where they kind of like, oh my God, all of a sudden they're scared, and you're like, what the heck? He was just like killing it last week, and now all of a sudden something's there. And Matt just is really incredible at his delivery. If you get the book, he's got a great podcast. I'm sorry, but I had to throw that in there, but his podcasts are awesome. Very, very good about law of attraction and manifestation, and the mental game. So these are a good group of people that I'm introducing the motocross world to. So with or without you, I'm chilling with these people, and we're going to grow, and we're going to make it happen. So I don't ever want to hear anybody saying, oh, it's all in who you know. Well, you don't know nobody if you're not doing anything. Get out and do it. Have fun. Live life, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Tripp, did you see these questions from Drew?
I did not yet. Unbelievable, amazing work. From Drew in the ambassador group?
It says that it's talking about the carbon fiber pro kit. Other than that, do you guys have any other plans to use other materials and composites in your designs?
Is that in the chat?
Yep.
I don't see that either.
Out of the carbon fiber pro kit, have you guys planned to use other materials, composites in your design? As of now, I mean, Reno's kind of like the brains behind all of the product. Oh, who's that? Who just came in? Beto?
I tried to put somebody in. Oh, I did get him in. There we go.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, carbon fiber and aluminum are kind of what we're sticking with now. I know going forward, he's got designs under his belt. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but I think we're going to stick with this material because it's the strongest. The Pro Kit, you could have a carbon fiber one just by switching out the carbon fiber arm, but it comes with an aluminum one to start.
Cool.
I couldn't even see before. So Kevin put that in there. Yeah, I know. Like he's looking at working on gimbals and all sorts of other things because stabilizers are a really big part of like what people want nowadays in terms of video. So yeah, if we get funded and bring things into production, then things go well. We're obviously going to be innovating more products and bringing them to market, but one step at a time here.
See any other questions in here? I'm keeping an eye on things. All right, well, I don't see any other questions.
No, but it's good that it'll be on replay, right? So people will be able to see the products I showed and all the stuff we talked about.
So, I mean, this is our first one. I literally bought this program just for the show. So, and I didn't have a chance to learn it. So, I don't want to say yes, but I think yes because that's what I read, and then I know that some people tried getting in, like Tammy, and said that she was watching a replay. I don't know. I hope so because if it is, it's
there was replaying, and I figured out after like the fourth time of watching it, I was like, they've already said that, and so I texted you, can you wink 3 times? And
I was doing like this. So it is on replay then.
Yes, it's on replay. So if somebody clicks the link right now, they'll replay video of you and Marissa.
Oh, they can see the video of us last night?
Yes, yes.
Oh, brother, for real. You could have told me that.
So, yeah. Were there any other questions about the products?
So do we have anywhere, Tammy?
Yeah, we do have one more question. Did you see this one? Is there any idea of price for a single carbon arm?
So we're not actually, that was an idea I had today, is selling these arms separately. We don't have that in our model or ideas for production, but I would imagine that this is going to be $25 or so, $25 or $30 if you want to buy an extra arm. But I think it's important because then people can just continue to build off of the base products that they have.
Good.
I am trying to see.
I think that's it. I don't see any other questions.
And Kevin, John asked any. Oh, we already did that. Who's John?
Oh, did you see the one about the gimbal?
I think that he answered that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I'm just going to put this link here again since I can't really figure out where to put it. Hey, you can create a new offer on the fly. Let me try to test this. We already know what happens when Erika tests things. Oh, look, I can put it in there. Display offer. But I don't think there's enough people. Can anybody see the links that I just put there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, that worked too. That's good. All right. So this is awesome. So your campaign ends in 10 days, correct?
Yep.
And we're at 64,907. So that means we're at 86% of your goal. That is super duper fantastic. That is just awesome. That makes me so happy. And it looks like they
Well,
can
here's the other thing, everybody, just so you know, obviously, if the campaign isn't funded, no one gets their rewards. This is an all or nothing platform. So don't let up off the gas. Let's get them 100% plus funded so everybody gets their rewards. And that's very important for everybody's campaign. It really gets people to push these campaigns all the way to the very end. So we want everybody to get their rewards, but you won't get your rewards if they don't get funded, and no one's cards gets charged. So it's, you know, there's no risk to you, but you don't get your product either.
So just keep ordering because it's not going to hit your card, and then once your husband sees it, it's already been like 3 weeks. So that's what I
don't know
do.
about that for sure.
I noticed it didn't hit. I'm like, oh, I can charge again. So, and then for the $10 for the book, they can do the $10 and they get Matt Belair's Zen Athlete book. So seriously, like we have a lot of people in the group. We have so many people on Facebook and Instagram. Like seriously, we can. 10 days, I think it's totally doable. We have to be positive because I know it's going to happen, and I need my long stick. So we need to get this stuff going. Look at That's our future one that's going to have one on his head.
Bad when you see what's actually happening on your computer screen, and you guys are all looking at it behind me.
So, okay, well, I guess that's it then if nobody has any more questions. And I want to thank Mark for, you know, having reaching out to me and involving me with MT and allowing us to be a part of this and allowing all of MXZen to be a part of it. And you guys, you know, allowing us to join the group because it's been fun. And you guys being my guinea pigs on my first live show.
Yeah, this is my first live thing ever.
It's mine too.
Tripp, you did a great job and great product demonstration, by the way. It was great.
Thanks.
It was very good.
Yeah, I mean, I can't thank you guys enough for the support. This is awesome. I mean, having friends from all over the world who are supporting the campaign and putting forth their best efforts, that's what really crowdfunding is about. And, you know, I'm pretty sure Mark and I talk 4 times a day on strategy and what we can do to boost the awareness, and also it's just a cool new friendship from all you guys. So it's been a really good experience. Hopefully we can get it funded, and we can continue to grow the story.
Yeah. So anything else that you feel people can do that are on the show that are listening now, just besides sharing, donating, anything else that we haven't covered that you feel could help us get to our goal quicker?
Yeah, I think Drew just asked if we had packaging all lined up, and yeah, I've been working really hard with our design team. A pretty unique guy named Bob Haro. He invented Haro BMX, so he's a designer at heart, and the packaging, Drew, yes, that's all designed. It's looking pretty sweet. So I just want to answer his question. I'm getting like Facebook messages and chat.
Do you want to see if there's any messages on there, Tripp, that you can answer live?
What'd you say?
Is there any questions on the Facebook group that you can answer in the video before you go?
I just answered the packaging thing. Okay. I don't have a sneak peek, unfortunately. Maybe I'll be able to leak that later on.
Let's get to 100%. How about that?
Yeah.
Almost there.
Let's get to 100%, and then everyone can see the packaging.
That's right.
So, but yeah. And then I know that you guys asked about the handlebar mount earlier. This is one of them that comes in 4 sizes. I don't know how well you can see this, but like there'll be rubber inserts on all these insides. This is a prototype. So it's not going to scratch anything. It's really easy to put on, and it's secure. So, and with that, it's going to be able to go any direction that you want on the bike. So, last minute ad.
That's awesome.
Let me see what else. I don't think I have any other questions in the. I got like text messages going on now too. Jesus. All right. Yeah. So I think we're good. That was good. I enjoyed it.
Me too. Yes.
Great, cool. Well, thank you, everybody. I have kids that I need to attend to, so I will be jumping off.
What, you don't want them in your video? Like,
No, I don't.
Thank you to the motocross people that joined, and the baby and Roman staying up late to join us, and my ambassadors, because I think they're the majority of the people that are on our call, but we're going to share it everywhere. And I just appreciate all of you always supporting me and showing up to stuff when I need you to.
Yeah, that's important, because whatever you do down the line, then, you know, it's people who supported you now that you return the favor.
Oh, I know. When I'm like that that old teacher that's like, right now, and I'm writing names, I know who's there.
Yeah, you keep tallies.
That's right. That's right. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you all for having patience with me on figuring out this new product or this machine that I've gotten. I thought it worked out pretty good, so I'm all excited about it. We'll just do shows every night.
For sure. All right, I'm going to sign off. It was great.
Have a good night.
See you guys.
Bye, Tammy. Bye, Kevin. Bye, Mark. Bye.
Bye.
See y'all later.